So for Brody,
Yeah.
I know Brody likes drumming.
Yes.
And I know he's kind of lonely sometimes.
He's not lonely.
From what I've heard, I don't want to confirm that. From what I've heard, so I would get Brody a large drumstick pillow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Portable Thoughts. We have Mrs. Williams back for a new segment we're going to call Mentor Moments, where we're going to bring on various people who have taught us things and helped us be who we are in our lives, and have them share their story of how they got where they are and kind of who they are and how they got there.
Yeah.
So, let's just tell us a little bit about yourself, Mrs. Williams. I know some of our listeners may not know you.
All right. Hello, my name is Mrs. Williams, and I've been teaching at Berry County. This is my 4th year. But before that, man, I did a ton of different jobs. Like, if I can go back and think about, I've worked at a ton of food places. I've worked retail, at the mall, all that kind of stuff. So then that was throughout college and high school and all that. And then, yeah, I dropped out of college because I felt not smart enough. I failed pre-calc a couple times, and yeah, I was just in a place where I was like, this is not important.
School is not for me.
I just wanted to work and make money. So then I became a dental assistant and worked my way into the dental field. Worked at an office, and then we moved to North Carolina, and I got into the dental lab industry, which was cool because then I could use my artistic skills to make retainers and stuff like that, and worked my way up into that industry. And then, yeah, I don't even know. I feel like I'm going on a rabbit trail.
That is completely fine.
What kind of restaurants did you work at?
Well, I worked at Big Apple Bagels. We made wraps and bagel sandwiches and muffins and
Apples?
surprisingly enough, no. But Big Apple
Really?
comes from, like, I think the company's from New York. So, like, the New York bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where that came from. I worked at Peppino's Pizza. Did a little cashiering and cooking pizza.
All right.
Making dough.
Making dough.
Yep.
Wow, making dough.
Look at that. Yeah. Let's see, what else? I worked at Village Inn Pizza. Did hosting there. I wasn't old enough to waitress at that point, so that was just high school. I worked at American Eagle out at Woodland Mall. And I worked at American Eagle when I lived in North Carolina.
2 different American
Yep.
Eagles?
I really liked that job because that was nice because we could do overnight floor sets. And so I've always worked like 2 jobs pretty much. So, and then I worked at the Fresh Market. My father-in-law worked, so this was down in North Carolina. My husband worked at Fresh Market. My father-in-law worked at Fresh Market. And so I picked up a bakery job as well. That was along with my dental tech job. So that was a really weird history of what I've done.
Yeah.
Which all leads to teaching, right? No,
Yes.
doesn't.
Oh.
Really?
No,
Dang.
no,
Okay.
no.
So you mentioned you lived in North Carolina. So
Yes.
did you grow up in Michigan, or?
Yep, I grew up in Caledonia. So lived there my whole life. In fact, my parents still live in the house that I grew up in.
Wow.
Yep. And my husband and I met at church. So we grew up at the same church. So we've known each other since we were like 5 years old. And
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
yep. Yep. So my family knew his family, and his sister was like my camp counselor, that kind of stuff. So we've always, like, our lives have always been intertwined.
Okay. So, like, when did you guys start, like, dating or become,
So,
like, super close like
yep.
that?
I was a sophomore and he was a freshman. So, yep.
All right.
We're the same age, We're like 10 months apart, but I was in a grade above him. So.
All right. That makes sense.
So we got married when we were 21, 22, and then shortly after that, let's see, that was 2011. So the economy here really was terrible.
Not the greatest.
And he was working as an electrician. So every winter he'd get laid off. And so we were kind of tired of that. And his dad got an opportunity to move down south so he's from South Carolina.
Okay.
So, but grew up here as a kid. And so he's always wanted to live down south. And so we took that advantage. We didn't have kids. We just had this little house. You know, we didn't have really careers, so we just moved. And that was good. It was good to get out of West Michigan. But
Explore
then
the world a little bit.
Yeah. And then the Lord called us back here. Yeah, and we didn't really understand why. I just knew like we needed to come back here. Yeah, and clearly like the Lord had this waiting for me. So
yeah.
It's really cool.
So when you moved back here from North Carolina, about how long from when you would move back was it until you like heard about this place and got the job?
Yeah. Okay, so we moved back here in 2018. We put Avery in preschool over at TK. So she did preschool there, and then she started kindergarten. I was still working full-time at the dental lab, and I would work from like 3 a.m. Sometimes, you know, I try to get out at like 1 or 2, but sometimes it was even after she got out of school. And when she started kindergarten, there was like this tug on my heart. And I hated the fact that I wasn't able to like get up with her and get ready for school. I just felt like everyone else was taking care of my kid except me. And so I was sitting at work one day, and there's only been a couple moments in my life where I've audibly heard from the Lord. Like there's no doubt about it when you hear, it's like in your heart, it's like in your soul, like you can't explain it. I don't know, just sitting there at my desk, and he told me to quit my job. So this was like maybe a few weeks after she had started kindergarten. David was not working full-time at all yet, because we were still transitioning back from, you know, him getting full-time work here. And so that was really scary. We had just bought a house in Freeport, and I was kind of like the breadwinner at that point. And I'm like, I have to do this. Like, I cannot disobey this. So that was in September. And then oddly enough, like I helped out in her kindergarten classroom a bunch with other kids and stuff, and just really enjoyed doing that. But I had no idea that this was waiting for me. So COVID happened, the school shut down, was homeschooling her at home, not going well. But I don't think anyone really knew like
what to do. So
we were just sent home these packets, and I was supposed to like help her learn how to like know letters and read. And I was like, how do you teach a kid how to make sounds? Like, I don't know.
It's so weird. They just kind of figured out and started to teach.
Those elementary teachers though, like special. Like, I don't get it. So anyway, so that kind of opened the door for me to be available. So my cousin is Mrs. Hinthorn, and through a series of things, like her asking me various opportunities, like some things that Berry County had wanted to do, and then COVID happened. So in a nutshell, they were looking for new teachers. They were doing this classical thing, and I don't know. I got an interview, and I came, and here I am. The rest is history. But
yeah.
I think that a lot of just the little things in life that I had done working in customer service, and when I went to college, I was going to be a dentist, right? I did well in high school, but I didn't have the motivation. So anyway, I wanted to be a dentist. Like, that was my thing. I love the dental field, which is why I ended up going to dental assisting school. So I have a huge science background. Like, that's always been my favorite subject. And so I think that has led me into like teaching, you know, astronomy, and I taught general science for a little bit, but it really actually prepared me to teach Latin because I did so much medical terminology that language is just easy for me.
It just kind of clicks in your brain.
Yeah. So.
Do you know any other language besides Latin, like Spanish or French?
So I did take Spanish in all throughout school. Like we started in kindergarten, but I didn't. We all had to take like up to Spanish 2, and I did not do very well.
Where did?
So Caledonia.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think they still do that. I would be surprised if they still do that. You started in kindergarten learning.
Yep, we always had a Spanish teacher, Mrs. What was her name? She had brown hair, like flipped back. Mrs. Samir. Yep, and we watched Muzzy, this big like gorilla-looking guy. And we'd watch these Spanish videos, and like there was this story. There was like a princess and a king, but it was all in Spanish, so I don't know. I didn't do very well, but
that's really weird.
Muzzy, look it up. It's a thing. That's how they teach little kids foreign language.
Spanish Beauty and the Beast.
Maybe.
Sounds like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see it in my head, like the video. Anyway, but you know what's actually really cool is I never like made this connection until I started teaching Latin. But my grandpa, my mom's dad, he was a pastor, and then he taught seminary in his later years, and he taught Hebrew and Latin. So it's kind of cool that it's like God kind of brought that full circle. And then my dad had taught at Caledonia for 30 some years. He taught math and sciences in the secondary level, high school and middle school, all throughout his career there. But he taught astronomy. Like that was one of his favorite things to teach. And so it's cool, like to carry on that family legacy. I think
teaching some of the same stuff.
Yeah, it's like that, is just, it's cool. It's a connection to my dad and my grandpa that I will always have. So, see, there you go. I'm crying. Anyway, my grandpa was an awesome, awesome man, and I miss him very much. So, and what my dad is getting older, I'm starting to slow down a little bit. So it's cool to have like those pieces that kind of connect us forever.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a connection to family.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool digging into like ancestry or something like that.
Yeah.
Figuring out what,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. It's been cool to like have that connection with my dad because he helps me figure out how to teach you hooligans. Like, what do I do here? So it's cool.
Hooligans.
Oh, we're
Yes.
not that hard to teach.
Yeah.
We're not that bad.
No.
Easy all the time.
No, you guys are great. And I love what I get to do. I can't believe that I would have never guessed that this is what I get to do. And I want to spend the rest of my life teaching. Yeah, you guys make things really awesome. And I'm so proud of all of you. Like, I'm excited for you guys to raise up and then like take your thoughts and take your passions and get out there. So
maybe I'll be a Latin teacher one day.
Jay, maybe that is when, you will find that it is, what's the word? See, that's weird that I'm a teacher because I can't think of words a lot. But yeah, maybe you'll find the value. Yeah.
I'll just wake up one morning. I'll be like, you know what, Mrs. Williams?
She was right.
I'm gonna
this whole time.
Look at that. Wow. Sometimes, like as a parent too, you have to make choices and you have to tell your kids things. And you're like, man, you're just not going to understand till later. So this could be one of those moments where who knows what the Lord has in store for you. Just saying. Life is weird. Life is weird.
Out of all of your years teaching here, what year has been your favorite?
Shoot.
Or like, what's your favorite thing from each year so far?
Okay. Okay, year 1. Trying to think back.
I've heard a lot about that homeroom. Even though I wasn't here
9th grade
for this
homeroom. Yep. Yeah, that was crazy. Like walking in, like, okay, I'm responsible for all of you people. Hi. How do I even do this? I remember I had these syllabuses made up for all my classes, and I'm like, I felt really like I know what I'm doing. Ready. And then like no one said anything, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? Yeah, like Brody taught us about music, right? He was DJing for us. You guys taught me about
all of our meme mornings.
Meme mornings. Those skits, that comedy improv. Studio C. You guys taught me about that. I learned that year, I really felt just in survival mode because I had no idea what I was doing. But like watching God give me what to do every day. Like that was cool. Like I experienced God on a whole different level that year because I had no idea what I was doing, but yet he led me through it all, and like everything always worked out. And I always like felt like I had the answer, or like I knew what to do. So that was cool. That was like my favorite part of that year, just learning like high school culture and like, you know, I don't know, the jokes you have as an adult, it's like, man, they don't really land with kids. So it's like, how do you figure that out? But
how do you be an adult around children?
yeah, because I feel like a kid still. Like not like a kid, but
you feel younger than you are.
And I think I'll just always have that, like, you know, I want to be able to bring the fun, but also like teach stuff, but also be relevant, but also like be the adult in the room, but yet like it's okay to have fun, and it's okay to have chaos, and it's okay to just enjoy things. Like not everything has to be like, that's just my personality. Like everyone's different and we all work together in that way, but just my personality, like how do I rein that in? Like have control of my students, but also be able to bring the fun and bring like something fresh and new. So
You'll be like that old person in a nursing home.
Yes.
With like a sandbox in there, like
yes,
sandbox, like
100%. Like I'm good with glitter. I'm good with Play-Doh, slime. Clearly, like the shaving cream activities. Like I'm good with all that. Also, don't put me in a nursing home. I do not want to be in a nursing home. Sorry.
It sounds a bit depressing.
Yes. Yeah. My grandpa, he was independent. He was at home. He was 92 years old. He mowed the lawn like 3 days before he died. Like he was just living life. So that's what I want to be. I'm not going to retire. Like I don't believe in all that anyway. Like your brain needs to keep working. You need to keep being part of society. Like my husband and I both have said like retirement really isn't in the cards for us anyway. Like that's not, you have to keep going.
Well, that's the thing. Like most people want to retire, they save money for it, and retire and go to like Hawaii with margaritas, and then they're like, you know, a year or two later, they're like, oh, I'm an alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah. My kids hate me.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are just not like, again, maybe they don't want me teaching when I'm 85 years old, but if I can, I will. Like, I don't know. But
You've
I don't know.
You've brought up a couple times in our classes with you that you had this sort of vision of like the future of you being a orchestra teacher.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For whatever reason, the Lord gave me this vision, and there's been a couple of them, and they all kind of revolve around music. So as a kid, you'd never believe it now, but I had huge stage fright. In fact, I tell the story often. My friend Janelle and I think we were in 10th, 11th grade, and we were supposed to sing a duet for the Christmas concert. It was Oh Holy Night. We had practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced, and we were literally in the cafeteria before the Christmas concert, and I couldn't do it. And she had to sing a solo, and I'm sure she's like still really mad at me about that. But I couldn't do it, so I've always had the stage fright. And even though I've always loved to sing, I've always been that person that just sings and hums all the time. But for whatever reason, I don't know. I think
you're just thinking about it, so you can't do it.
Yeah. I don't want to paint a really broad picture, but I think that the way that my church operated, it's like they put the worship leaders on a pedestal, and I never wanted to like be that. Like, so I've always had this wrestling, like, okay, I know I have a gift, but like, I also don't want it to
be something
like I have pride about, because it's like nothing that I can do. I just can do it. Right. So I've always wrestled with that. And so I think I've erred on the side of, if I don't sing and people don't hear me, and then I won't have to like wrestle with that. I don't know. I can't really process it all in my mind, but
now we always know where you're at because you're always singing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I grew up zero self-confidence, and there's a lot of reasons why I think it is the way that is, based on environment and family, and I don't know, being part of that school culture where you're just a number. Like some of you understand that, going to larger schools.
Bit, yeah.
Like I grew up in a class of 350 kids. Went to a really big church, and I'm part of a big family, and I think I just always felt like a number, whether that was real or not. That's just how I felt. And so I think I also wrestle with a lot of confidence issues. So anyway, all that to be said, it's taken me to become an adult to really like come out of my shell and like be confident in the gifts that I have.
Yeah, a lot of people have that sort of thing of when they go to public schools. A lot of people don't fit into that sort of system where they're part of such a large group.
Yeah.
You know, as you said, you feel like a number, but like some people work through that, some people don't.
Yeah.
And just to show that is real good. That some people just don't fit into that.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a good and bad thing. Like some of us like to just be a number and be part of the crowd, but others of us like feel lost in that. Like, does anyone really see me? Does anyone, you know, it's hard to advocate, I would imagine, to be a teacher over like 30, 35 students in a class and having that rotate all the time. Like, to be able to really advocate for students or really like know where they're struggling or know where they're achieving, man, that's difficult. And my hat's off to those teachers who can do that. But I enjoy being a part of a small community now, having grown up in a really large community where I really value the like family atmosphere. So that's really cool. And it's something I didn't realize that I needed. So yeah.
Yeah, imagine going on like a junior senior trip with like 200 kids.
Dude, like
People do it.
Crazy.
I'd lose y'all.
Yeah.
You guys would escape.
Be like Billy, Bob, Joe, Johnny.
I mean, they can't even handle 15 of you without losing one. So, you know.
But imagine if you weren't here, you wouldn't get to do that with us.
I
You
know.
wouldn't get to go to banquet. You wouldn't get to go to
It's
Sky Zone or
such a
Country Music
gift.
or Tennessee.
Dude, it's such a gift. And I don't even get it because I don't know.
You're a bit more on the planning side of it, so it's a little less like it's more fulfilling, but it's a bit less like fun, I guess, because you have a bit of a worry about making sure things get done.
Yeah.
I think, especially
Yes.
with like the banquet, because that's something student council plans, and you're the person that heads that as a teacher.
Yeah. Which, again, like, I didn't realize that I was gifted in that area. I wouldn't really call it a gift. I just am doing it, but not something that's like I've always been super great at planning. You guys know me. I am probably one of the most disorganized adults I know.
We can tell by looking at your room.
Yeah. So, yep, that's true.
I think it looks beautiful.
Thanks. That's only because of Kara. Yeah, so that's been something like being in charge of planning events and fundraising that is not my wheelhouse, but I guess now it is because now I have lots of experience doing that.
You do good at this.
You do well.
Yes. I'm sure it portrays that way where inside my brain is like, ah. But you know what? I think I've learned, and it's just my personality, I like to go with the flow, but I've realized it's good to have structure behind the flow so you can really have the freedom to do things. If you plan it out well enough, it seems weird, but it works out. So it's been really fun to do that, but also like allow you guys to have your ideas and just try to like balance those out well, where it's like some of the ideas like, oh my word, how are we ever gonna do that? But some of y'all's ideas turn out so much better than anything we adults could plan too. So it's just having the discernment of like, where do we go? What direction do we take? Sometimes it's a big win. Other times it's failed, but that's how we learn. And you have to be okay with that. So.
You gotta crash the car to know how to drive.
No.
Sure.
You know, sometimes. So driver's training, back in the day, schools used to put on the driver's training. So this was after school. And my parents had never actually let me drive a car before. So our first time we did like these parking lot drives where you'd learn how to do all that.
How to turn and speed up and everything.
And definitely crashed into a tree in the parking lot because there used to be these divider areas, you know, the parking lot. California, they've got all this money. All their parking lots are beautiful, landscaped with trees. Yeah, definitely backed into a tree, but that's okay. But I am a really good driver. You guys experienced that on the junior senior.
Yes, 15 pounds.
I'm just saying.
Up a mountain.
Yes. Okay. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was pretty impressed that I stayed calm and did that. I would say I'm a great driver. So maybe that theory is right. Maybe you do have to crash the car in order to be a good driver.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or get pulled over to be a good driver too.
Yep.
Get convicted of something to be a good criminal, you know.
I don't think we want to be saying that. That's probably not the best idea to
Don't
put out
follow
there.
that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah. PSA.
Yes.
Do not commit crimes.
Yes.
What one thing are you looking forward to happen this school year? Are you ready to get rid of us yet? You've had us for 4 years.
Yes. Get
I-
out.
I
No.
know you're not excited about that.
No,
You've
you
tried a couple
guys.
times. So.
You guys are a really special class to me, and I've enjoyed watching you guys grow over these past 4 years. So that is sad. There's always something like I'm so excited for you guys and see what like you're gonna do with your life, and it's been cool to like be a little bit a part of that. But it does feel weird. Like every time a class graduates, it's like, oh, they were such a presence. Like even the small classes.
You're losing more and more people every time.
We're your last original class.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
So, and I know I didn't answer you about the other years either. Like, my first year, survival mode. Second year, I'm trying to think who is the graduating class that second year.
Eli,
Rebecca, Kayla, Clara.
Oh yeah. How many years is it? 3? Is this your 4th?
This is my fourth year. Yep. I felt less in survival mode. I felt like I had my groove, like I knew what I was doing a little bit more. Felt more confident in that. I was able to teach astronomy, which is something so in my wheelhouse, and so that was really exciting to get to create that class and figure out what works, what doesn't. So I felt like I had a little bit more ownership of this is something I'm super passionate about, and how do I portray that to the students and get you guys excited. Last year, I don't know. Last year was
less,
good.
Like cramped than the year before.
Yep,
'Cause you
I
had
got a new room, so I got to move, and that was fun. Although I do miss my little room.
It's a closet. That
Yeah.
it can only be so
Yeah.
helpful.
It
I know.
feels like it was not as messy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She had less stuff.
It's like you couldn't have more stuff, so
Right.
it kind of
Yeah.
just restricted.
The
you.
smaller room
Yes.
was simultaneously more chaotic and like all over the place, but less messy.
Maybe you just need to live in a closet. That's the key.
Sometimes I feel like I do. No, it's all good. Yeah, last year it seemed like it went swimmingly. I don't know. This year, I have to be honest with you, I felt a little burnt out, but that's just because like everything in our personal life and here, again, nothing's bad. I just am lacking. I'm lacking like a freshness of like, how do I continue to be creative? Because I came in with all these really good ideas of what I wanted to do or what I got to experience as a kid and like the projects I really liked. And then this year it's like, I feel like there's more. But I think I just need to spend some time just quiet. I feel more overstimulated. Like I'm letting little things bother me that typically like I know as a person that I don't typically let bother me. And so I just need to figure out how to, I don't know. I don't feel anxious, but I always feel like riled up and like here instead of like my fuse being really
A little
long.
more mellow.
Yeah.
Well, like if
I'm
I'm
more
like,
patient.
when I'm on like a binge of doing research for my thesis or whatever, like after a while of doing that, like once you go away from it a little while, you know, you just go sit on the beach in Hawaii for a little bit, if you know what I'm saying, and then yeah, you're just like more articulated in it.
Yeah.
You're like better at it. than
So-
you are when you're just stuffing your face full of information all the time, trying to get everything done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did spend a really good chunk of my summer not doing any work and just being outside more. Well, I trained for the half marathon, and I think that really helped. And now that I've stopped, I think that is my problem. I need to have more alone time to just sit and think and listen and like be fed into by the Lord instead of just doing all the time.
Take some time, do some like sort of meditation kind of thing.
Yoga. Let's all do yoga. guys.
Yeah, yoga would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Goat yoga. Goat
There you go.
yoga? Let's go yoga.
I think you do yoga in a farm and then the goats are like amongst you.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yep.
After after all, we are a goat fetus away from finishing the year.
That is true. 6 months away. See, that brings it full circle to our conversation this morning.
For context, that is a comparison we made during our Latin class today about how we are about 6 months away from graduating. And
Yes.
that is the time it takes for a goat fetus to develop.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So 6 months away, you guys are going to finish strong, and you guys really encouraged each other, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So keep encouraging each other. Again, I know it feels relatively long to you because you're excited for the end, but it is a relatively short amount of time, and it is going to fly by. We have so much going on. We got homecoming, we got banquet, and then all of that end of year stuff. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that pretty much wraps everything up. And,
yes.
We learned a lot about you and your story, and helped you with some things maybe a little bit.
yeah, I didn't cry enough.
It's all right.
If
good.
you just cry a little bit.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. Thanks for having me on. I love being a part of your podcast. I felt the other day I made this mention. Oh, when we were doing the "What does Brody know" thing, and I felt like I threw a temper tantrum because I really wanted to do well, but also I think I called your podcast stupid. And please know, I did not mean your podcast was stupid. I was just kind of being sarcastic and like trolling y'all a little bit. So just know, like, I was not calling your podcast stupid. I love being a guest. It is super fun and is good memories. So yeah.
With all that, we'll catch you next time in the next segment, and see you later.
Thank you for watching.
This is Crime Time with Kara. Our first crime is the case of the so-called stolen chocolate in Georgia. A man dressed as Saint Nick at the Atlanta Mall lost his patience in the worst way in 2004. His temper got the best of him, and he allegedly began to hit an elderly 74-year-old woman with a 2x4. Convinced she had stolen $100 worth of Hershey's chocolate from him. The woman died from injuries in the hospital, and Clark was sentenced to a life in prison. This one is the case of Santa on a motorcycle in South Carolina. It was 2006 in Columbia, South Carolina, when a man dressed in a full Santa costume riding a decked-out motorcycle pulled up to a gas station and asked a family if they wanted to see the stuffed reindeer he had in the sidecar. The children walked up to take a closer look when suddenly the man grabbed the 8-year-old girl and sped off. Panicked, her family furiously chased after them and was able to retrieve their daughter. The Santa imposter was arrested. The case of taking a candy from a Santa in Ohio. Everyone knows not to take candy from strangers, but it was about taking candy canes from Santa Claus. It was 2009 in Ohio when a 12-year-old girl was flagged down by Santa hiding in the bushes, offering her Christmas candy. The girl was wise enough to ignore his attempt, and when the man in the Santa costume began chasing her, she made it to a local store just in time to call the police. The man was identified as a mentally unstable person and was later caught still wearing his suit. And it shows us a picture. The case of a Santa Claus burglary in Alabama. A visit from Santa is usually a joyous occasion, especially when he's collecting for charity. A 22-year-old woman was living in Birmingham and thought that this was an exact scenario when a man dressed as Santa knocked on her door. Unfortunately, his intentions were much darker. He hit her in the face before attempting to rob her house. He fled the premises shortly after. And our last one, the case of the most infamous Christmas bank robbery in Texas. This crime is almost 100 years old, but it is still quite baffling. In fact, it is still considered to be one of the most notorious robberies in history. A man by the name of Marshall Ratliff walked into Kisco's First National Bank in a full Santa costume, accompanied by 3 armed men. He was able to escape with the money, taking 3 girls hostage. His car ran out of gas shortly after, and he had to abandon his loot. He was arrested and sentenced to 99 years in prison, but an angry mob invaded the prison and lured him out. Interestingly enough, the above image was just in hopes of identifying the criminal. So those are some interesting Christmas cases that have happened, and definitely stuff that you would not like to see.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Walking in a winter wonderland. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Thank you, Brody.
Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Okay, bro.
I said Brody. I said thank
Rudolph
you.
the
Brody, I
okay.
said thank you. You can stop now. All right.
So utterly confused right now.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have some more Mad Libs as we did in a previous episode, but this time they're Christmas themed because it's Christmas time. It's a Christmas special, baby.
Christmas time. Everyone
Yeah.
loves Christmas.
So, each of us have the same Mad Lib this time compared to
one.
last time where it's different, but we all filled out differently. I hope.
It's going to be a different story each
Yeah.
time.
So,
The same story at the same time.
yes, and at different times too. Anyway, so
Yeah.
we've all switched them around, so we have each other's forms, each other's Mad Libs. So I don't know who wants to start off here. This is not me. I don't want to start off.
I'll start.
Jay can
All
start?
I'll get it
Okay.
over with.
You have to say who's your reading.
Who's mine? Oh, this is Kara's.
Hmm.
Yes.
Read it.
Dear Santa, I hope you're having a loud year. I'm sorry about when I hid a stapler in my sister's snowflake. It was a joke. I promise I've been really sticky the rest of the 4087.
The year 4087.
The year 4087. Can you talk to my third aunt and make sure she doesn't give me those wet, footy kangaroos again? I really rain wearing Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. Does that say run or rain?
Rain.
It's supposed to be a verb. That's
I
all
would
right.
say that rain is a verb.
Rain is a verb?
Rain can be a verb.
No.
Falling would be what rain does. Anyway, wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a mom, and I want a
Purpley?
I want a purpley trombone. But most of all, I want a pet chinchilla. I know I'm responsible enough because I do all of my car. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his chair. Please, Santa. Yours truly, Brody.
Dang. Well, that was a very interesting story, Kara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very,
I
very
loved it.
fascinating.
I think it was yours because it said yours truly, Brody.
No.
Brody, that was a very interesting letter to Santa. Sticky? Really?
Alright, fine. Let's read Zach's. Dear Santa, I hope you're having a sticky year. I'm really sorry about when I hit a gecko in my sister's trumpet. It was a joke, I promise. I've been really purple the rest of the 1700s. Can you talk to my third cousin and make sure she doesn't give me those wet, footy spray bottle again? I really spying wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want an armadillo. And a... I already forgot how to say that
Gaseous?
word. And a gaseous tail. But most of all, I want a pet ferret. I know I'm responsible enough, because I'll do all my boy. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his tree. Please, Santa. Yours truly, Brody. Gosh.
Well, you're
Brody, you want a ferret?
pretty famous.
Brody, why do you want a ferret?
I don't.
They like smell like garbage, I've heard. Why would you want a ferret?
I don't know.
I'll go next.
Okay.
This is Jay's story.
Jay's story? I
Yes.
swear, Jay, if you picked my name.
I did.
Okay.
We'll see whose name he picked at the end.
Okay.
Dear Santa, I hope you're having a green year. I'm sorry about when I hid a box in my sister's container. It was a joke. I promise. I've been really girthy the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Can you talk to my uncle and make sure she doesn't give me those succulent footy trees again? I really flock wearing them in the morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a spoon and a wide coffee, but most of all, I want a pet dick. I know I'm responsible enough
pretty good
because I do all my mom. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his stick. Please, Santa, yours truly, McGiggle,
McGiggle.
McGee, and McGooey.
McGee and McGee.
You wrote all three.
No,
Wow,
that's
really? Okay. All right. Very, very
Beat
interesting.
that.
You would attribute that to me.
Yeah.
Beat that, McGiggy.
I have Brody.
McGiggy.
So it's really, can Brody beat that? That's the question.
I don't know.
New nickname,
I wrote
McGiggle.
a lot of interesting
I'm aware.
things.
We'll get there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Dear Santa, I hope you're having a fat year. I'm sorry about when I hit a bird in my sister's car. It was a joke. I promise. I've been really juicy the rest of September 11th, 2001.
Nice.
Can you talk to my aunt and make sure she doesn't give me those goofy footy booties again? I really stick wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a gun and a stinky Santa.
Nice.
But most of all, I want a pet capybara. I know I'm responsible enough because I do all my bag. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his sleigh. Please, Santa, yours truly, Jay.
Aww, Brody.
I didn't get one written for me. That's fine.
I don't know what that was.
September 11, 2001 was certainly a day.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think, yeah.
No.
And I think with that, we are running out of time here. This was very interesting.
I don't think we
We still
are.
got a couple minutes.
All right, this was a very interesting
Let's come up.
list.
Let's come up with another story real quick. Hold on. Let me just grab
You're
this.
gonna do another story.
Yep,
I'm gonna do another
I'm
one.
gonna
All right,
rewrite.
a new live one.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm gonna read it, and as I get there, Brody and Zach come up with the words. You have them in order right there.
That is easier.
Okay,
Ready?
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Dear Santa, I hope you're having a
Blessed.
year.
Starting off nice.
I'm sorry about when I hid a
Drum.
in my sister's.
We should add Jay
Closet.
in this.
Yeah.
It was a joke, I promise. I've been really
Naughty.
the rest of the year.
41 AD.
Can you talk to my
Distant
All that.
father-in-law.
and make sure she doesn't give me those
Belly rubs.
footy
Microphones.
again? I really
Dislike.
wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a
Professional sprayer.
and a,
Blue.
Monkey.
but most of all, I want a pet.
Donkey.
I know I'm responsible enough because I do all of my.
Sticks.
That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his.
Poop.
Please, Santa. Yours truly.
Neil Armstrong.
There you go.
All right.
There's the
All right.
combined story.
That was the last story.
That is all our great minds
Put
put into
together.
one story, guys.
How
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yes,
It really brings together the Christmas spirit.
it really does. I want to buy a Christmas tree now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Hey,
while Jay goes off to buy a Christmas tree and the rest of us
what if
do something.
we cut a huge hole in the middle of this table and just have a Christmas tree sitting in the middle of it. And then when the season changes, we can have we can have a new tree, but it's budding for spring.
Okay, your ideas, Brody.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. It's been a great Mad Lib.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, have a great one, ladies and gentlemen.
Adios.
Adios.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Running whenever you guys are running.
Doesn't that ever get annoying to edit out or no?
No, it takes 2 seconds.
I gotta think
Yeah,
of
he
like
just finds the part where he starts and then cuts it till there. So do we want to like trio the Jingle Bells for the joke of it at the start? Or do we just want me to introduce it? Just like, it's Christmas time, right? Y'all have female friends that you may or may not want to be with. Or a girlfriend, Jay.
You have to say
But,
that.
I'm going to.
Well, I don't think I'd want to get together with Ella. That'd be pretty weird.
Yeah.
True.
Come on. No one said that. That's.
No one said it's illegal to marry your sister.
Well, that's not where I was going. Alabama doesn't think so. Though.
No, that's just first cousins.
Right.
You sure about that?
I think. I've never been to the South. Closest I've been is Tennessee, and that's not really even the South.
Sorry, it happens everywhere.
I know.
Alright, I'm just gonna write down a bunch of stuff.
That's fair. Birdie, why are you writing down absolutely nothing?
Because you haven't told me what questions you're asking.
Bro, just
We're just talking about good or bad gifts.
Bro, you're doing good gifts.
Yeah,
Good
good
gifts.
gifts to get a girl.
I'm doing bad.
All right.
And then we're also going to
I
do,
mean, you
I think,
can
a
both
present.
do good and bad.
Yeah, I
There's
think
only
we're...
so many bad gifts you can.
Yeah.
You do
I can't.
both good and bad. Though.
Okay.
Literally have 3 bad gifts. That's it.
So I think we're also doing maybe what we would get each other, because why not? Perhaps.
What we get each other?
Yeah, why not? For the fun of it. Do we want to?
We'll do that at the end.
All right.
Write down
That's
one
the only
gift.
thing I would
All right.
have.
How are we gonna do this?
One gift you get for each person.
Yeah. Okay. So Zach, you'd write
I
down
get one
2
for each
gifts.
of you.
Mm-hmm.
2 gifts you'd write down. Each one of us would get two
Yeah.
gifts.
Yeah.
Well, this is hard. You guys are hard to shop for.
That's fair. We are very complicated people.
Am I easier to shop for than I am?
Yeah, you're pretty easy.
Wow. She's easy to make happy.
No.
That's
they're never
fair.
happy. That's the thing.
Ah, okay. That's good to know. Good to know for the future.
That's a joke.
Good gifts. Good
The
gifts.
what he's saying is that you're always happy, so it's hard to make you happier.
Flowers are
It's
always a
just
good
like
gift.
quite literally girls and
Flowers.
neuroticism, so they're more unhappy most of the times.
That is,
Jewelry.
yeah,
Just
very,
how it
very
is.
true. Like what
Nostalgic
kind
stuff.
of, what specific neurosis would you say it is?
What specific neurosis?
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. Because neuroticism includes a whole range of things.
Funny mug.
It does, but it's everything. It's
Bad
negative
gift.
emotion. Man, God. Well, I know what to get Zach.
We all know what to get Zach.
I don't need Squatch.
Our girlfriend.
Oh, that's not what I was gonna write down. No, I'm not gonna insult him. Jeez.
Kara,
I'm not gonna insult
I'm trying.
Why did the screen turn green?
Brody. Silly goober, what would you?
I don't.
Is the card in there?
Yeah.
Turn it off, turn it back
What's your
on.
favorite
I just
TV show?
did. It was like
That's a
goodbye.
hard one.
Kara, I'm trying.
No, I got it.
It's not going very well.
What?
The thing that you said that would be very easy to gift for me because of it.
Oh, girlfriend?
Yeah,
You're trying.
kind of, sort of.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah, I just took the card off and stuff.
It usually only does it when the card's not in.
It might have been bumped and just knocked out enough that it does that, I guess. Ready. Why are you doing that?
It's musical.
Okay.
Nothing?
It's just a green. And it was perfectly fine, but it didn't. I was like, what the heck? It was just fine. Are you guys almost ready?
Almost. I gotta think of at least one more bad thing.
You doing bad?
You're both
Both.
doing bad and good.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you have fucking stuff that you know that you could do that would good. Be good. Just like up in your brain, you know. Right ready at the tip of your brain.
Are you saying I'm good with women, Zach?
I mean, you're the only one of the three of us that has a girlfriund, so I
That
would
doesn't
say
mean I'm
that's
good with women.
relatively better. That means you're probably better with women than the two of us.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't want to like fully speak for Brody, but you know.
So he's the one that makes me cry half the time. But
Bruh.
it's not.
You just gotta like get a girl. It's really not that hard.
You know, you say that, but you're the
No.
one that literally
No, it's
has
really
a
not, like-
girlfriend.
No, but like if you really want one, you can just like do the things that.
I'm ready to go.
You didn't have to
lot
do
of
anything to get confident.
No. Exactly. Point proven.
That doesn't work for everyone, Jay. Not everyone looks
no,
good.
No, it doesn't work for everyone. No.
Exactly.
But you can like just take a cold, hard, honest look at yourself and go, oh,
I'm not gonna get
that's how to
anywhere.
do it. No. Well, you keep thinking like that, and you won't. That's all right though. You won't gain muscle if you don't go to the gym. It's the same. It's the same idea.
I mean, sure.
All right.
Go with that.
You won't get chocolate if you don't buy it.
Ready?
Careful with those words.
Set that down.
Set in the 1800s.
Ready. Okay. Fellas, it's Christmas time.
It is.
We've all got maybe some lady friends that we know pretty well, maybe want to get with or are looking for, because not all of us have girlfriends. Jay.
Hey, get
Yeah.
one. I don't know, or don't.
Anyway, so I think we could all maybe use some ideas, and you out there could use some ideas for what to maybe get a girl for Christmas.
Yes.
You know. So here's some good ideas, maybe some bad ideas too, if those come up. Some stuff to avoid, possibly.
Things to avoid and things to go for.
Yes, sir. So let's start us off, Jay.
Oh, start us off.
Yeah, come
Well,
on, what you got?
one, this always makes her like just head over heels for you.
Okay.
This has worked in the past. I usually get a weight for the bathroom, like a
like a
weight
scale.
thing. Like a scale, yeah.
Okay.
Scale.
All right.
That usually works pretty good. Puts
I
a smile right on her face.
Alright,
bet.
alright.
I bet.
Gym membership,
That's even better.
yes.
Yeah.
Or like a diet plan.
Ooh.
That works too.
Yeah.
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 Just tell them.
That one might help you
Yes.
yourself even sometimes. You know, depending on the
Right.
person. Right.
Right. But
So it becomes more of a family activity instead of just her.
yeah. Yeah. No, but usually I just get it for her because that's what the present is for. Is for her.
Yeah.
So, well, you know, if she's fat, then you just gotta. I mean, jeez, get her a scale.
Oh.
Like, you know. What
I don't know if that's the best way to send the message
Yeah.
you're trying to get across.
Those are
And
some,
Right.
those are some pretty good ones. But I put those ones on my bad list. What girl are you trying to impress with that?
All of them.
All of them?
all of them,
All of them?
every single one,
All of them.
every single
24/7.
girl.
No wonder you got a girlfriend. You're so lucky.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
how,
Brody.
That's how I got Kara. I just gave her a gym membership, and she just. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad that worked for you, Jay.
That is.
I don't know who that voice was
Impressive.
that just talked, but
Yeah, I don't know who that was
Not
either.
what happened.
do you guys
I think her producer's trying to talk to us, but she can't. We can't hear her in the booth.
We can't hear
so-
you behind that wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Brody, what you got cracking over there?
For good stuff.
What's up in that head of
Yeah.
yours
Yeah,
under
what
that
you got?
hood? And
I know
that
you
hat?
got a mind for the women. You know what
If
I'm saying?
you really want to impress a girl
Okay.
Okay.
and get her to really like you, get her something nostalgic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can
Something-
see that.
Something that reminds them of something really good that happened that they love
Like-
so much.
What would be an example?
All right. Like my grandma. Her and my
Okay.
grandpa used to go to Hawaii every year and do motorcycle rides up some mountains and volcanoes, but they had to stop doing that.
Because they got old.
That and their family got huge and ginormous. So something good for her would probably be like, let's say a little sculpture of a motorcycle that has two people on it, like a man driving and a woman riding. That'd be perfect.
And
She'd
one of
remember
those like
Hawaii.
tiny little ride-along side things.
No, she didn't do that.
I've. What
Like
are
if
any of
her-
those even for?
Like if her father died like a few years back, and you give her like a
Yeah, like something
like a minifigure that's like her dad. in
yeah,
a
something that
casket or
reminds
something.
her
In a
of something
casket?
good. and
Whoa,
nice.
hold up. In a casket.
Yeah.
I think that's a little too far.
What do you mean?
Or
Nostalgic.
for
dude.
or for a girl you're
I
trying
don't
to
think death is nostalgic. I don't know about you, but personally,
for a girl you're trying to impress. Let's say they used to travel a lot to like exotic places like the
Airplane.
rainforest, like Iceland.
the sun.
Yeah, let's say they went to the sun. Get them something that reminds them of that place. Something that just makes them happy.
All right. I mean, that also, I guess, could show you that like you remember things, and
Mm-hmm.
from what I've heard,
Here's another good
that's
gift.
pretty good.
Don't ever forget any anniversary they might come up with. Let's like
Just get her a gift every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
and that
Yeah.
gift could be a hug anniversary, our first hug anniversary, our first kiss anniversary, the first time we laid eyes on each other
A
anniversary.
good way to keep a girl too. Always talk about yourself.
Uh-huh.
Never give her attention.
Oh,
Like don't let her be the comfortable one.
No?
No.
no.
Yeah,
All
don't.
right.
No.
All right.
That's-
Sure.
Also, always text her. Always let her know that you were always there thinking about her.
Yes,
Girls love it.
That's
definitely.
Oh yes.
great to hear.
All the time, 24/7.
Okay.
Yeah.
24/7,
Really?
365.
They love that.
All right.
All
Knowing
right.
that you're always just thinking about them.
Right.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm beginning to question how you got where you are. Could you continue with maybe some other ideas you have?
Well, if they like pop, Diet Coke, pretty good. Fat-free chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Stuffed animals usually work pretty good too.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuffed animals
They
like
love that.
love them, dude. They can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
Like usually, what are those squishy mellows?
Squishmallows?
Squishmallows. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, they'll just like snuggle with those things all day long. Spray your cologne on it.
Oh. Yeah. That'd probably
Put-
work pretty
Give
well.
them a sweatshirt they can put over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
What about you, Zach? What are some good ideas you have?
You see, I'm the host of this segment for a reason
Right?
because
You don't have any good ideas, do you?
yeah, I don't really have any good or bad ideas
No?
for this because just I don't understand women.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Like-
Well, never mind. We're not gonna talk about this. That's
All
probably
right.
a good idea.
Okay.
That's a little
Let's-
personal, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a little
I'd be
tricky.
glad to get into it, but I'll make you feel uncomfortable
me
and
too.
probably sad, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you
What
got?
is
Zach?
that?
You gotta have something.
I genuinely don't have
No,
anything.
you definitely have something.
I do not have anything.
No,
I'm
I think
sorry,
you definitely
man.
do have something.
Come on, Zach.
What
Come on,
do you think I might have?
Let's see. Like anything?
Blankets, your sweatshirt.
I mean, they'll just take that any time.
Oh, you literally don't have anything.
I literally don't have anything.
Okay.
So just like,
Man. So
about-
think of one gift you could get a girl.
well,
What would you get a girl?
Yeah. What would you?
would I get a girl? That would
Yes.
depend on the girl. Like,
Well, okay, your girl
So,
of your
like-
dreams. What would you get?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Okay. Let's
the sun.
Let's dumb this
don't
down.
know what to
What would
tell
you
you.
get your mom for her birthday?
My mom
Yes, your mom.
for her birthday, probably craft supplies because that's what
Crafts.
my mom does.
She.
Not grass, craft
See,
supplies.
you figured out
My
that
mom.
pretty quick.
Well,
You
yeah,
just figure
because
out
she's
what
my
they like.
mother, and I've known her for 17
Well,
years.
yeah, but you can easily figure out what people like.
Yeah.
Like, what does Brody
Not
like?
really.
Yeah. What do I like, Zach?
What does Brody like?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you get Brody?
What would I get Brody? What would I get Brody?
What would you get Brody?
Well, I am. This was for later. but
What?
on-
No,
on-
don't say that one yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but-
We'll
but
say
like-
this one
Like
later.
just
random.
out of your mind. What
Just
do I?
on Brody.
Yeah.
What would I get you?
Yeah.
What would I get Brody?
Uh-huh.
Think about what he likes.
Really great to hear.
I talk a lot.
I know you do
Come on.
talk a lot. I'd get you a microphone that is R2D2, so you can start your own podcast, branching off that Star Wars segment we had, where you talk about Star Wars.
In our 2D2 voice.
Yeah.
He gets me.
See?
He gets me
You
good.
just got a boyfriend.
I don't want I don't want a boyfriend. No, I do not want a boyfriend.
Well, you get my
I don't know
point,
about
though.
Brody,
You get
but
my
I don't
point,
want it.
though. You get my point?
No. Well,
Literally,
okay,
all you
kind
have
of.
to do is
But-
talk to a chick for,
2
female,
minutes at least.
for like
2 to 5 minutes.
2 to 5 minutes, and you can figure out pretty dang quick. If you're not retarded.
Yeah.
Are you
what
calling
to
me
get
retarded?
No, I
Heck, you don't even have to
don't
talk
know
to
if I
her.
have a word for that.
You could just
Not
listen at it.
intelligent?
No.
All right, let's stop talking about this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go away from this. Let's go back to what we're talking about.
Okay.
All right.
Gifts for women.
Oh, man.
Brody, what else do you have?
Flowers.
Flowers?
Yep. They love
That's just
flowers.
classic.
Flowers.
Get them their
It's
favorite
classic.
flower.
Favorite flower? Always.
Even though
Every,
it's classic, it works every time.
everyone has a favorite flower.
They
I would say
think-
we probably even have
They
favorite
think
flowers.
it is the most romantic thing in the world if a guy gets them flowers, jewelry, and heart-shaped chocolates.
Heart-shaped chocolates?
But
That's pretty good.
You gotta know, people, that gifts is not all the
Yeah.
only way to get a woman.
Yeah.
You gotta be
All right, okay.
confident.
They like some.
You
of
gotta
them
ask them questions. You gotta listen to these ladies.
make the first move always. Unless they want.
Well, that
to.
doesn't get you the girl.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um,
But some of them really like it.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sacrifice your entire life
Mhm.
to this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't ever,
No more warm showers.
ever
Nope.
No
Not
more
a
warm
single
showers.
argue.
Okay.
No more stuff
Always
for yourself.
Get
Okay.
what she wants.
Like not even food.
and
No.
go where she wants to go.
Brody, I'm talking to Jake. Could you please stop being?
Oh, well, I
could
was
you
talking-
please be
yeah,
quiet?
I was
To be
talking to
fair,
Jay
Brody
too.
was talking.
He
Yes,
was.
I
That
was
is true.
talking
Yep.
first.
Well, we're having this conversation right now. Brody can be part of it.
It is a three-way conversation.
Yeah, but we're having this side of the conversation, Brody, with Jay, right?
I
Not
was
your
having a
side of the
conversation
conversation.
with Brody.
Yeah, he was looking at me when he
And
was
then
talking.
you just like looked at me like a turtle and just started talking.
You came in
So,
like Thor did in the new Thor movie.
I haven't seen that, so
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know.
Wait,
what
there's
you're
a new
talking
one.
Thor,
Again?
Love and Thunder.
about. That was like 3 years
Good
ago.
movie to take your girl to.
No.
Okay, great to hear.
Terrible.
You know, my first movie I took a girl to.
What?
What was it called?
Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
they love those
That
movies.
is the perfect one to
They
take your
love
first
action
date.
movies.
Mhm.
They
Okay.
war movies. They love it.
Oh, that sounds.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I watched the romantic. movies.
Saving Private Ryan, best movie ever.
Yes,
I haven't seen it, but
actually,
I've heard it's real good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
amazing.
that's every girl I talk to, they want to just watch that.
Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan, We Were Soldiers,
Mhm.
Full On.
You can
Metal
stop
Jacket,
listing because we know you're going to go on for hours, Brody. Please stop.
The
I don't.
Pacific.
I don't mean to cut your bit, but just please. Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Inglorious. I can't say that word, but you can think of it in your head.
great to hear.
Also remember, guys, women are testing you
All the time.
24/7.
Always.
They always
Okay.
want to know
It's a hard test.
if you're gonna get the right answer.
It's a hard one.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got gifts for each other.
Mhm.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
What would they
We'll
be?
we'll start off with Broadster Toaster.
All right.
Yeah.
What did you get me and Zach?
What would I get you and Zach? All right. So Jay, I know you love tripping out your ride and upgrading it.
See?
So I would get you a state-of-the-art Bluetooth stereo.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Big old screen like they got in the Teslas. You can play games on that while you're driving.
You have got my number. You have succeeded.
Yeah.
You now
Okay.
have a boyfriend.
Mm.
You know what's funny is I actually really wanted one of those. So.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
They're just like $300, so I don't
Yeah.
really want to get one. So
Yeah.
please get one for me. Like, seriously, please buy one for me.
So what do I get?
What'd you
Brody
get,
has
Zach?
lost.
What do I get Zach? I would get Zach a really nice kitchen set. Ladles, spatulas, spoons, rolling pins,
That's fair.
Tomatoes.
Skittles,
Love
Skillets?
skillets. My brain just shut off real quick.
Wow.
Skittles.
Skittles.
Do you like
Whoa.
Skittles?
Skittles are pretty good.
I would give him
Pretty
Skittles
good.
then. I would give him Skittles too then.
You put the Skittles in the pots.
And then you'd have to melt them and make your
No,
own
I don't want
frosting
to. I
out of
don't
them.
want to do that. That sounds disgusting.
Skittle frosting.
Yeah, that kind of sounds disgusting. I'm going to be honest.
So
All
yeah,
right.
there you go.
Zachary?
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
so for Brody,
Yeah.
I know Brody likes drumming.
Yes.
And I know he's kind of lonely sometimes.
He's not alone.
From what I've heard, you know, I don't
all the
want to
time.
confirm that. From what I've heard, so I would get Brody a large drumstick pillow.
A really nice kitchen set. Ladles, spatulas, spoons, rolling pins,
That's fair.
Tomatoes.
Skittles,
Love
Skillets?
skillets. My brain just shut off real quick.
Wow.
Skittles.
Skittles.
Do you like
Whoa.
Skittles?
Skittles are pretty good.
I would give him
Pretty
Skittles
good.
then. I would give him Skittles too then.
You put the Skittles in the pots.
And then you'd have to melt them and make your
No,
own
I don't want
frosting
to.
out
I
of
don't
them.
want to do that. That sounds disgusting.
Skittle frosting.
Yeah, that kind of sounds disgusting. I'm going to be honest.
So
All
yeah,
right.
there you go.
Zachary?
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
so for Brody,
Yeah.
I know Brody likes drumming.
Yes.
And I know he's kind of lonely sometimes.
He's not alone.
From what I've heard, you know, I don't
all the
want to
time.
confirm that. From what I've heard, so I would get Brody a large drumstick pillow, like a
Oh, you really are.
what like an anime body pillow? Is that what you're
of a
going with
drumstick.
this?
That's kind of what I was going for, but as a drumstick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can see Brody just snuggling with it every night.
Yeah, you know, he'd have fun with it.
Whoa.
Like, no, Brody, not like that, not like that. No, not like that. All
Yeah,
right.
they're phrasing
Okay.
words there, pal.
And for Jay, I know you drink mushroom coffee all the time.
Oh, I love
You
it.
talk all the time about Dr. Squatch. That's Dr. Squatch, you know? You're
I
the
love
Squatch
it.
man.
Yes,
Right?
I am Squatch
So-
man. You
some-
should be a Squatch man too.
Yes,
We're
join
gonna-
the
One
Squatch.
step to the ladies, my dude.
Join
We're gonna-
the
Saying.
Squatch community.
All right. We're
That's
gonna
another
invent-
present. If
Ready?
you want to get a girl, buy yourself some Dr. Squatch and go up to her and be like, hey, actually don't do that. That's creepy.
Can I go back to what I was saying?
Yeah,
Brody?
go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna invent a new Dr. Squatch scent.
Okay.
Mushroom coffee.
Jay, how does
I like it.
mushroom coffee smell? Like
Smell
mushrooms?
like mushrooms?
It smells like mushrooms and
Coffee?
wood dust.
Wood dust.
That's
I
a
like
pretty
the
good
smell.
smell.
I like the smell of wood
You know,
dust.
like mushrooms smell pretty good
And
when
what
they're
co-
like cooked.
Yeah.
You know, and I assume it's kind of
It's
like
not-
that.
Yeah, it's like that and wood dust.
Does it-
All right.
Is it a smell that you would put on your body though, Jay?
Would you want to smell like that?
You know, I
24/7?
really don't want to smell like
Coffee.
mushrooms.
Wood dust.
I don't think that's a desirable smell.
Wood dust. I'm fine with smelling like wood dust. I smell
Wood
like,
dust is alright.
I smell like wood dust a lot.
They smell you like,
Whenever
working
I
man.
work on wood, that is.
Goodness.
Okay.
See, that's what you could put
Yeah.
wood dust all over you,
Yeah.
Magooey, and
Yeah.
I would prefer to not be
Girls
covered
would
in
just
wood
fall
dust.
for you.
That just
Cologne.
feels.
you don't have to cover yourself in wood. Just have a couple pockets full of them.
Yeah.
Kind of just here and there, kind of rub it on
Have
your
it-
thighs.
Install an inside pocket to your sweatshirt
Mm.
and just shove it of wood
And a
dust.
little fan hooked up inside there, go woofed it around,
That'd
walk
be
by
pretty
the ladies.
bulky.
wafted it around.
Woofed it around.
I don't
Same
know.
difference. Same thing.
I don't think that would be the greatest thing in the world.
No, it'd be great. It'd work.
So
Just make sure it doesn't get loose in your shirt.
So Jay, what would you get me and Brody?
Well, I'll start off with you, Zach.
Oh, okay.
So for you, breath mints.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
All right.
One, because your breath stinks.
That's okay.
That's just clear and it's right out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, breath mints.
That's, all right.
Yeah.
It's a little insulting.
Brutally honest, I know.
Yeah.
But if
Wow.
I'm being honest, then it's true. So
Yeah.
just take it at what it's
Wow.
at.
You can't go wrong with honesty.
No, you cannot. Be
Just look at
honest,
Hitler.
guys, even if it means you're going to be single.
Great to hear.
For you, Brody, Star Wars panties, deluxe edition.
Dude. I'd wear those things every day.
Yeah?
Never wash them.
Like over or
you-
under the rest of your
Do you like the
clothes?
laced or what kind do you like?
I think he's trying to like actually get you this. So you might want to answer carefully here.
Yeah, answer carefully.
Boxers.
What?
That,
Oh, I mean.
That's Brody.
No, panties.
That
panties.
Yes,
oh.
panties.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the ones I can tie and untie. Yep, the lace ones.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
In case we had to cut that segment,
Oh, no.
do
we'll be
not
fine.
worry.
Keep the panties.
That
in,
was
guys. We'll be fine.
Who doesn't like
Deluxe
a pair of
edition.
panties?
Yeah, you can get them. They're like in a nice little box, and
Uh-huh.
you can just like it's like when you open it up, it goes like
Yeah.
beautiful pair. I wear them all day.
Gotta keep those things nice and compact.
They keep the chafing down.
Nice and clean.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would prefer to have not known what you do with your free time.
Don't lie. You wanted to know.
I did not want to know
Come on.
in the
Okay.
slightest.
Okay.
But
Honesty, Zach. Come on.
Honesty.
okay.
I know you wanted to know.
I think that's all the time that we've got for this segment, and we've learned a lot about each other.
Oh,
I think we
sure
could
did.
say
Funny
Yep.
mug.
funny mug.
Funny mug. Put a girl a funny mug. They love funny mugs. That
That's
just,
fair. Yeah.
just came into
Do
my
they
head.
like
One
My
last
mom-
good gift, and we'll see you later.
We'll end it with that.
Thank you for watching, and have a good day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Christmas Mad Libs. Today we have teacher editions, where they filled out the Mad Libs we did in their own words, and we're gonna read off theirs. And then there's a student council edition, where everyone in student council said an adjective, noun, or verb, and it was written down on this piece of paper here. So, do we want to start off with the teachers, or do we want to start off with the student council?
Oh, we can do teachers.
Okay, teachers first.
Okay, I'll
Go,
read mine
Kara.
first. Mine is written by Miss Boger.
All right.
Dear Santa, I hope you're having a dark year. I'm sorry about when I hid a ball in my sister's stick. It was a joke, I promise. I've been really yellow the rest of the 115,000s. Can you talk to my aunt and make sure she doesn't give me those wooden footy peanuts? Or peasants? Again? I really decorate wearing them for them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a coat and a warm dinner, but most of all, I want a pet anteater. I know I'm responsible enough because I do all of my pillow. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his stove. Please, Santa, yours truly, Abby.
All right. Not bad.
Nice.
All right, so mine is from Mrs. Schultz, and let's go. Dear Santa, I hope you're having a sticky year. I'm sorry when I hit a wig in my sister's thumb. It was a joke, I promise. I've been really woolly the rest of the 1940s. Can you talk to my funkle and make sure she doesn't give me those curly footy aloe plants again? I really sneeze wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a school bus and a hairy hanger But most of all, I want a pet vampire bat. I know I'm responsible enough because I do all my coffee. That proves it. I would take him for walks and pick up his door. Please, Santa, yours truly, Ella.
Her own daughter. In the end. Alright.
Wow.
Now for the student council edition. Mind you, most of the student council is middle schoolers, so this is a little bit interesting. Dear Santa, I hope you're having a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious year. I'm sorry about when I hit a dog in my sister's knife. It was a joke, I promise. I've been really retarded the rest of the medieval years.
Wow.
Can you tell my second cousin 2 times removed and make sure she doesn't give me those goofy legendary footy musket again? I really slay wearing them Christmas morning. It's embarrassing. For Christmas, I want a vampire and a soggy crocodile.
Wow.
But most of all, I want a pet mantis shrimp. I know I'm responsible enough because I'll do all my M61 Vulcan. That proves it. Plus, I would take him for walks and pick up his rune. Please, Santa. Yours truly, Mrs. Baumgartner.
Wow.
Wow. So you don't want the pajamas, but you'd slay wearing them?
Apparently.
That is a very interesting combination of feelings.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you for this one.
Thank
Hope
you
you guys enjoyed.
for tuning in to Portable Thoughts. Oh, voice crack. And we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and an amazing winter solstice and
Hanukkah.
Yup.
Everything else, if we missed anything. See you next time.
Adios.
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 I almost said Holocaust.